halo lights, BMW Z3. A lot of aftermarket. A lot of aftermarket upgrade lights have these halos as well as newer technology, so I just love the way they look, so I put them in the Z. These are Spyders. The box says Spyders, although what I ordered from Amazon a lot cheaper than Spyders were a Cani, A-C-A-N-I-I. Somebody else recently posted on the Facebook group that they ordered a Cani and they came in a Spyder box. So I think they're, well, I don't know. They're probably all out of the same factory anyway. The wiring is all really straightforward in terms of the bulbs. It's just plug and play, although note that what comes with, you get a complete, you have to go back to here for the turn signals. I thought at first that what came out of the back of the old lights would just go into the back of the new lights, but no, that whole connector goes back to there that you get with it. Now, wiring the halos, different opinions, different places. I hate cutting into original wiring harnesses. I hate those little blue brick things, and I've done things really badly a lot in various cars over the years, and with this car I just want to do it better. So here's what I did to wire up the halos. There's two halos. Each of them has a black wire and a red wire. Black goes to ground, red goes to power, and I'll show you the grounds. There's a bolt here on each side, and I just did a loop there and went down, and I use these little terminals. I don't know if they're specifically for motorcycles, but I got a few motorcycles, and these are frequently used bullet connectors, and they're kind of good. So you can, what I did was there's a double, so that will go into two can go into that, and they all come with, they can all have these rubber covers, so they're isolated, and I use those. That's what's going on under here. So for both hot and cold, I'm using those connectors so that if I want to remove this headlight, I just disconnect. So the grounds, I went to there. The hot, I heard somebody say that the horn is always hot and that when you push the button it grounds it. That might be true. I don't know, but here's what I did. Here is a thing called a fuse tap that goes into a place it goes into the fuse. It goes into where a fuse goes, and then the bottom fuse hole on this is the fuse for the original, whatever was that was for, and the top one sends power out of the attached cable. Now, super important, you have to do it the right way. On these, in the fuse bank, for every one of these, there's a rail that is hot and a rail that goes to the accessory. And if you don't plug this in the right way round, you're basically attaching the red wire coming out directly to the power source, and the fuse is doing absolutely nothing. You don't even need the fuse. So super important to understand that. Now, in the BMW Z3 fuse box, various things. Let's pull a fuse here. There are different banks of fuses that are in different modes. For example, this far right bank has things attached to it like the seat motors and a lot of stuff that is always powered up. So this bank is always powered up. I've got my little test tool here. Grab one of these. It's almost as useful as a as a multimeter sometimes. So I've attached that to ground. Now I can probe these holes. There, the light came on. So you can tell which side of the fuse is hot and which side of the fuse is attached to the accessory. So in this case, that is always on because the key is not even in the ignition right now. So we know that this whole bank is always on. And I poked around. I think this bank is on first turn of the key, as is this bank, although I don't remember exactly. The problem with those is that it is the inner, it is this inner rail and this inner rail that is always hot. So it would be ideal to put this here, but that wouldn't work because I'm connecting that straight to hot. So this back bank is better. This back bank, the right hand rail is hot. I chose 30, let me see, the third one in, which I think is 34. I think that is number 31, 32, 33, which according to the not very useful documentation is 33. Can't even find it now. It's 21, it's 23. So according to this, it is retrofitted equipment only for US. Now it turns out that's actually the gauges in the dash. If you pull that fuse and go for a drive, gas, temperature, tach, speed, none of that work. But the advantage of this rail is that it goes that away. So I cut a nick out of this wall so that would just plug in. The 5 amp original fuse is in the bottom, a new 5 amp fuse is in the top, and I wired that out the side and sealed all, made sure it wouldn't wiggle around, sealed that up so it's waterproof. Didn't want to go through the original boot in case I create a leakage, and that's how I drew power. So that pushes power on key turn 2, so when the engine is running and when you're just about to start the engine, which is pretty good for the Halos. There you go. Bye.